Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, it is now time for Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Thank you, everybody, for hopping on. As you coming on, get some questions ready for my special guest. That's right, get your questions ready. I let you all run the show. You ask the questions on Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour, and get them ready so we can have fun here. So today's special guest is mostly human. He, as you can see in the name on the title, Squirrelly Dave. How are you doing, Mr. Dave, the squirrel?
I am doing wonderful. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing fantastic. So yes, Mr. Dave is Squirrelly Dave. As you can see in his picture, he likes to dress up as a squirrel and ride his bike. He is the only squirrel you will see riding a bike most of the time. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's other squirrels out there. So yes, Squirrelly Dave. Also, you are the big shot, the maker, correct, of Go Nuts Racing?
Yeah,
Right?
founder, owner of Go Nuts Biking.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, been in business for about close to 5 years now.
That's awesome. Well, go ahead and start off and tell me a little bit about yourself and about your YouTube channel.
Oh man, so YouTube is still fairly new to me. I'm still trying to get the gist of it and get more people, get more content out there for the people. I just basically tripped over it. I've been riding bikes ever since I was a kid, like most of us, and started having fun riding my bike with my friends. Started meeting friends who were doing YouTubes. Just started, hey, you might as well just carry a camera, show it off what you're doing, show it, just having fun out there, and
Yeah.
that's basically how I got into the YouTubing. But other than that,
Where'd you come up with Squirrely?
Squirrely? Oh, good question. That's basically how I ride, man. I'm all over the trail. I'm a death gripper on the handlebars, so I'm a hooker, and if something goes down, I'm just going to squirrely it out, So so I'll stay on your tail or in front of you if I can stay in front of you, and just try not to go down.
Not trying to go down. Just trying to
but-
live fast, ride hard.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it really all started with the costume. Started wearing the costume to some of our events, kind of like, just bring some smiles to the people spectating and some of the kids who race our events. And it's always brought a joy to everyone. And so people just started calling me Squirrel, really. And it was just a fit, People were just calling me Squirrel. And then Squirrel went from Squirrely to Squirrely Dave. And it just kind of stuck.
Yeah, and then you were saying earlier, a lot of people call you different squirrel names: flying squirrel,
blind squirrel,
blind squirrel,
white squirrel.
Yeah.
A lot of people ask how we got the name Go Nuts, and it's actually a fun little story. My wife actually come up with the name Go Nuts, and I was like, at first I thought it was kind of a cheesy name, and then I was like, let me ponder on it a little bit. Let me think about it. Went out for a ride at our local trail here, and one day there happened to be a couple squirrels on the trail about 50 yards in front of me, and they couldn't decide if they wanted to go to the left or they wanted to go to the right. And as a mountain biker, we've got to keep our eyes on everything. Not only just the trail, but things running in front of you and stuff. So one squirrel went to the left, one squirrel went to the right. The one that went to the right saw his little buddy go to the left, so he decided he wanted to jump over to where his buddy was. I'm not kidding you whatsoever. He jumped in between my arms, landed on my knee, jumped off, and went after his little friend to the left. And first thing I said was, man, that was nuts. And then ding, 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 I started just getting all these ideas, and then that's when this whole squirrel thing came about. And Go Nuts was basically, if you ever seen our mascot is all about him. He's just a squirrel, man. We're invading his territory.
Yep.
He's just want to, protect his nuts and live his life. And we're out there just running all over him.
That's hilarious. That's totally cool. Now all your races, you are pretty ingenious with Like you got the Nut Hugger, and that's the Oak Mountain one, right?
Yeah.
That's the one I raced in. You got the Nut Hugger, then you got what are some other one? Blue Ridge is the I like that one. I think if I remember it. What's the Blue Ridge one?
Oh man, that was called the Blue Nuts.
Blue Nuts.
Blue Ridge, Blue Nuts.
That's hilarious. That's awesome.
We do have fun with the names.
Yeah.
I can't take full credit for all those names. It actually comes across. We got a nice little little team who comes up with all these little names, and they run them by me. And believe me, I've had to put the brakes on some of the names. But other than that, it's been fun.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Now you're up in North Carolina. So you're saying?
No, I'm actually over in Georgia, Columbus,
Georgia.
Georgia.
That's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's where we're based out of. Yeah.
Okay. And what are your local trails over in Georgia where you like to ride?
Well, we have right here in Columbus. We have a new trail called Standing Boy that's become very popular. It's brand new, machine cut trail that it's really well built, and they're still building on it. Another local trail that we ride is Flat Rock Park. We also got Fort Benning, and then another favorite is right across the river over in Alabama at Chihuahua at Auburn.
Yeah,
and that's probably about a 40-minute drive from here. But
oh damn, that's normal here.
Yeah, that's
St. Augustine. You know St. Augustine. We're about 40 minutes from every single place. So 40 minutes to Chihuahua is legit. Have you they have the little. It's not little. I mean, they have the big gap, road gap. On the right is a big, decent sized drop. Is that? Yeah. Chihuahua. Have you hit that one yet?
I've hit the drop, and I'm trying to. People keep asking me to hit the gap.
Yeah.
Not that I won't do it. It's just sometimes when you get up in that age, you kind of got to start thinking about what ifs.
Yeah.
You're mentally, I know I can do it, but then it's that second thought. It's like I don't get up as easy as I used to. I don't bounce back up.
So you're in a different stage. We're kind of in the same stage. I have kids. So that's what stops me. I'm like, okay, I'm getting up there in age, but at the same time, I could still do it. I'm okay. But I have kids and got to work on Monday. Your kids are out of the house. You're just blaming it on age then.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because now that the kids are out of the house, I'm backpedaling, going back to my younger days and trying to squeeze them all in before I do get any more older.
Yeah. Now you told me you're 46.
46, yeah.
46. That's awesome. Well,
yeah, I'll be 47 next month.
What's the one dude, the XC racer that with the dreads? What's his name?
XC racer?
Yeah, he's an XC racer.
And he has dreads.
I'm not a big XC racer. He's sponsored by a grip company, and I don't remember. What's his name? You don't know. You're not an XC guy either, so it's okay. Never mind. There's a bunch of really, really old timers that can run circles around probably both.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So age is just a mental number. You are what you are. But that's awesome. So how long ago did you start Go Nuts?
I started Go Nuts about 4.5 years ago, and it was really it was a long time thought. I was a racer myself, and I was just hanging out with some buddies one time, and we were just powwowing, and we were just wishing there were more events because we were finding ourselves chasing like 1 or 2 series every year, and they only like circled around our area once a year, and everything else we had to travel 3, 4, 5, 6 hours away to a race, and we were just like, wish there were just more races around that kind of gave us more of an option to ride. And then I got talked into it, and there we go. Go Nuts was born. I went home one day and told my wife, I said, you know what? If we're going to do it, I think we need to just give it a shot. And it wasn't about, it was more about just providing more races for the riders, getting more people on bikes is our main goal. Especially like when you and I were growing up, or at least when I was,
You're 12 years older than me.
Yeah, 12 years older than you, yeah. But
still close.
bikes was natural. I mean, everybody had a bike.
Yeah,
growing
exactly,
up.
exactly. And we're all full rigid, bro. We were all jumping stupid things off full rigid.
Oh yeah, and now it seems like these days. I mean, I hate to say it this way, but it seems like some days we gotta basically put a bike in a kid's hand to make him ride. In a way.
Yeah.
And because that was our transportation. I remember my mom and dad telling me, "You take care of your bike. If you get a flat tire or whatever, you're going to be walking to school." That's how I got to school. I rode my bike.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I didn't ride to school, but I rode everywhere. I was always on my bike. My mom had my mom almost called the police on me several times trying to find me because I was out riding my bike too long and not coming home, trying to find stupid stuff to. Waff Tart. I hope I'm saying a Waff Tart. Okay, it's Tinker Juarez who we were talking about. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. Now
ain't he in his like 60s?
He's up there, man. You make me want to Google him now.
Google him up. Tinker Juarez.
Waff Tart. But yeah, I mean, even in our series, we have racers from the beginning 3 years of age till as old as you want to ride, and you can ride. And age is a number. I mean, really it is.
He's 59 years old. So.
59. Okay, you beat me to it. Yep. But yeah, I mean, I've seen some guys out there. Matter of fact, there's a guy in his 70s who can run circles. A guy over in the Macon, Georgia area who's ridden a couple of our races.
Yeah.
And he's a pro triathlete. Phenomenal. Still going at it. I mean, he could probably run with the 25-year-olds. That's how good he is.
That's nuts. But, yeah.
It's just crazy.
Triathletes are insane. I have a guy in my office, and he does triathlons. And I surf also. I could probably do the swimming part. The running, I don't run unless something's literally chasing me. I won't do it. And even then, I'm going to be the second slowest person just because the first person's going to get caught. So I'm that person. That's awesome. So do we have any races coming up? If you want to let everybody know what's some races coming up.
Yeah, we do have some races coming up. Our next XC race is going to be in Chattanooga, Tennessee on September 26th at Booker T. Washington. Anybody's familiar with that?
Okay. What's your website? I'm going to go ahead and post your website for everybody.
Oh, yeah. Website's easy. It's gonutsbiking.com. You can go there. You can check out all of our upcoming races, all of our rules, and you can check out standings and results, all that good stuff.
Awesome. And then there's an Enduro. Oak Mountain is in September, correct?
Yes, we have an Enduro coming up at Oak Mountain again.
October.
In October, yeah. What did I say?
I said September. You said October earlier.
Yeah, October. Yeah, October 4th, and I mean that's actually going to be another big weekend. If you guys, if anyone came to the last Oak Mountain race back in March, it was at XC on Saturday and at Enduro on Sunday. Yeah. Same situation in October.
Yeah, so, I'll post. I did a video on that, so I'll post it up. Where am I at? Right there. For all you people watching after the live stream. So, yeah, I did that one. That was, that was my first Enduro. So I'm not really knowledgeable of what is normal. What were those climbs? It was that, like I had told you before we went live, that was real XC. It was like,
well, that's what Enduro is. Enduro is, of course, you're only getting time going down the mountain.
Yeah.
But that's the whole adventure of Enduro. To break it all down, it's a hike and bike, and some climbs you're going to have to pedal up to them.
Yep.
And we did offer a shuttle because we did not want to, kill you guys up that P-Vine ride.
Jeez, dude.
That
the road ride, the P-Vine ride, road was that's a P-Vine, the road part, right?
Yeah.
Street. Okay. That was, it was bad, but it wasn't super bad. The dirt road all the way to the first stage and the last stage.
Oh, yeah.
That was ungodly wrong, bro. That was terrible. Absolutely terrible. You got
to climb to go down, right? So
I understand, but Golly, and then we get up to the first stage and it starts raining on us.
Oh man, I know. I was up there at the at stage one, marshaling you guys. I
Yep.
remember,
Yep.
and
Yep.
it just came down, and man, but that's what. But we're telling a story about it. That's what it's all
Yeah,
about.
that's exactly why. Yeah, it's fun. It was a blast.
It was fun. It's challenging, and then here we are. We're still talking about it. I love it.
Yeah, I remember coming home to the wife and telling her it started pouring down, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." I'm like, "No, it was a blast. Everybody got wet. It was slushy. It was gross. It was disgusting. It slowed me down. I was terrible anyway, so it's okay." It was awesome. But so you got one in October. And then you have a bunch more. You were supposed to have a lot more, but the COVID kind of screwed it.
Yeah, COVID hit us. We did have one at Coldwater.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have. That was still on the fence. Don't want to say too much about if that's going to happen or not. But we had an open date in September. It doesn't look like it's probably going to happen, just due to the whole COVID. But other than that, I mean, the rest of our fall season, everything's still on schedule. Everything's still a go. We haven't had any, whiplash or anything from any of the parks saying we can't go forward. I mean, we stay close and communicating with everyone, and so far so good.
Okay, good, cool. Well, hopefully we'll look forward and seeing some more stuff coming soon.
Yeah, for sure.
Back to your channel. What would you say your channel is all about for someone who's never seen your channel? Watching in, what would your channel be all about?
Well, mainly it's mainly about mountain biking, and it's about just having fun.
Of course.
And it's not. I mean, I dabble in everything. I mean, my background's BMX freestyle. I love anything basically with two wheels, and my channel is about go nuts in the background. I mean, it's go nuts life. Hanging out with your friends, going out and riding. Giving out, some free rides to what the upcoming races are going to be and whatnot. And maybe, focusing on someone who's just getting on a bike or someone who's been on a bike their whole life. So when you come to my channel, you're going to see a little piece of everything. But yeah, mainly mountain biking and sending it is what it's all about.
That's awesome. Well, Waftart is asking, can I ask Squirrely Dave a question? So yes, guys, there's a few people on. Way this works, Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Ooh, big thunder. You're storming up there, eh?
Yeah, it's storming here too.
Yeah, it's bad storms right here. But the way Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour works, I said it before, but you guys ask the questions, so feel free just to splurt out any question you can think of. And for Dave, and I'll cut myself off if I'm talking. I won't cut Dave off, but ask your questions, and you can get to know him a little better. That's the whole point. Hopefully, new people find Dave's channel, and I got his link down in the description below, so you can check out his channel too. So you started off with BMX. Did you compete in BMX? I know you had said before you did some X Games stuff, but you didn't compete in X Games.
Well, I was never pro. I wasn't even amateur. I did it for fun. Yeah. Started when I was 11 years old. And, we always had those big dreams of becoming, the next, Dave Mirra, whoever, and all those guys were the ones we looked up to. And I started riding more aggressively in the mid 90s, all the way into early 2000s. Got talked into right there around 2000, 2001. Tried out for the X Trials. Didn't do so well, but hey, it's the experience that comes along with it. That came, and getting to meet a lot of pro riders that I looked up to during that time, and got to share the same ramps as they did. So awesome. Did that for a minute. I think my last contest was back in 2008.
Yep.
I had injured my back on vert. Vert and park were like my two favorites. And I looped out on vert, landed on my tailbone. It was not a good situation. I was out of commission for about 8 weeks. Healed up, and then hurt my back again, just doing a simple trick. And then I was off my bike another 6 weeks. That's when my wife said, "You think you might be getting to the point in your age that," and I didn't like to hear that, because there are tons of riders that were older than me that were still ripping it, you know, and but like you, I had 3 kids. I was going back to school at the time. I was, you know, getting my career path lined out, and so I had to make a choice. So I had to hang up the trick bike and start focusing on career, life, family, you name it, and then weight started getting in on me, and I love bikes a lot, and I remember I dabbled a lot in mountain biking, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start riding mountain bikes. So start racing mountain bikes, and I used my mountain bike to get myself fit again. So all I cared about was just riding, and then I got introduced to other riders, and then Strava came along, and then it became like a video game to me. I wanted to beat people on the Strava.
Yeah.
So that's how all that developed, and then next you know it, I was a full-time mountain biker.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We're going to step aside real quickly so I can ask a question. Waff Tart, who is doing awesome. Thank you for really keeping up in the chat, man. He's asking, I saw when you were at Berm Peak Express, you crashed so many times. How did you get the confidence to do those features again right after you crashed?
Good question. So first of all, I want to say this. When you go to, if anyone ever gets the opportunity to go to Berm Peak, the jumps and the features that Seth has on his property, video doesn't do it justice. You have to be there in person to see what they really actually look like in the technical part of riding them. Crashing on them, I didn't know when the next time would ever be before I got a chance to go back up there again. So I had to hit him again, and luckily I didn't injure myself that bad. I did hop up a few times in the video, as you could see, but inside I was aching, and I was sore for like 2 weeks. So
I can't show a million people this. No,
I ain't show people.
No,
I'm a tough guy, but you can't see my bruises. But no, it was a good time.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's totally cool. That's a once, well, maybe not once a lifetime. I mean, I know you and Kevin know him. That's a pretty awesome experience to be able to ride what people dream about riding someday. I mean, even it's his backyard. That's the coolest thing. It's the most famous YouTube backyard in the mountain biking world right now. That's totally cool.
For sure.
That's totally cool. Well, what were we talking about before? And we were talking about your BMX career. Dave Mirra. Dave Mirra, did he die?
Yeah, he committed suicide.
That's right. That's
unfortunately.
Sad. I remember hearing that. That was he was my, if I remembered any biker, BMXer back in the day. Like I was saying earlier to you, I was aggressive. I was an aggressive inliner. I said I was an aggressive inliner. I would jump up onto curbs and do a 360 off of them. But Dave Mirra was like a hero of mine, even though he was biking. That's something else. You got to meet him, right?
Oh, I got to meet him quite a few times. Yeah, I got to ride with him a couple times. He was a great guy. Just growing up, and I remember seeing him in a magazine for the very first time. When I was introduced to BMX freestyle, this is going to go way back. This is like around 1985, 86. I saw my first magazine of Eddie Fiola busting out a one-hander, one-footer out of the pipeline in California, which is no longer in existence. But I thought that was the most amazing cover I've ever seen, and I was like, they're doing this on bicycles, I've got to do this too. So
that's awesome.
That's how I was hooked. And then and then when you saw people like Dave Mirra come out of nowhere throwing tricks that we've never seen before, it was just crazy.
He was the Tony Hawk of the BMX world. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, him and Matt Hoffman. Matt Hoffman was also the godfather of all the tricks that are pretty much invented to this day.
That's awesome.
But
That's totally cool. So now you haven't you throw all these races, but you just told me a second ago you don't race in your races.
no,
Why is that?
well, because I mean, it's work. I got to be there for the riders, you know, and
Because
if someone goes down,
if you win, they're like you cheated. You're
exactly. Believe me, I would love to be out there riding and cutting up with everyone, but at the same time, I'm there to. I mean, I'm there to host you guys.
Yeah.
You know, I'm there to make sure that you're having a good time. If you need something, you know, and if our staff can't get to you, I can personally. So that's what I'm all about.
That's totally awesome. That's you know, when I did my first XC race, the only XC race I've ever done, there really wasn't a person. It was, you know, and maybe I just didn't notice it, but you were involved, completely involved, and that totally changes the whole perspective of racing. It's you
That's
kind
the
of
thing. I mean,
made it a family affair, dude.
yeah, I mean, I want people to have an experience. I want to put that mark to where, you know, even if you don't come back and you gave us a try the first time, you know, or you gave racing a chance or whatever, you want to come back just to hang out. You know, I mean, we're just trying to create an atmosphere to where it's festive.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean, heck, even the pre-ride the day before was completely awesome.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's just I've been to races in the past where it just seems like someone dropped a tailgate and put two caution cones out and said go, and yeah, those were cool. But then you know, I was like, didn't get much of an experience. I mean, I want to hear some good music, some good vibes. I want to see, I want to meet and greet and talk to people, and you know, people pre-ride. I mean, you know, the whole, you know, just have it fun for everybody.
Yeah.
And so, and if you see something wrong, let me know. I'll fix it. You know, and those are the things. I mean, it's a way for me to get a big group ride together.
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it felt like.
Matter.
I didn't even think about that. That's literally what it felt like. It felt like a huge group ride.
I was like, how can I get all my friends and their friends together for a big ride? Boom. Let's have a ride. Let's have a race.
That's
and
awesome.
Everybody come out, and it doesn't matter if you come in first or last. You're there to have a blast.
That's totally cool.
Oh, sure.
That's cool. It was fun. I had a blast, and I am definitely. I've already gotten permission from the boss. That I can do. She's not even in here. Some other races, so that I'm excited to continue to do some more Go Nuts racing. Okay, the man of the hour in the comment section, Waff Tart, is bro. I really like Waff Tart. That's like he said it's like supposed to be a mix of there is between waffle and Pop Tart, so Waff Tart. I don't understand, but it's awesome. I'm gonna name my next child Waff Tart. Waff Tart. Come here, Waff Tart. What is the best way to ride? So we're gonna get into your skills technology here. So how to teach. What is the best way to ride really steep sections on trails? I live in Jacksonville, so I'm not used to going on steep parts on trails. Yeah, we don't get much around here. There is one very steep part on a trail that I keep crashing on. Waff Tart, let me know which trail that is. I might be able to help also too on that. So, but give your perspective of how to ride steep trails, because you got some steep stuff up there. So.
Well, yeah, steep trails. I mean, you got to have a seat dropper. You got to make sure that seat is down. So drop that seat, lean back, and just extend your arms. Stay behind your seat a little bit, and just work those back brakes. Don't hit them front brakes. Just feather them. It's always like 20% front brakes and about 80% back brake if you need to really slow down. But yeah, I mean, but then again, go brakeless. Go for it. But no, for seriously though, you want to drop that seat. You want to lean back. You want to focus on. You want to look ahead of your tire, and everything else is downhill.
Okay, he said Bull's Bay Preserve. That's a place over near Jacksonville that I know a kind of bit. It's not super Super challenging. It's if you're kind of new to riding, it's just ride it over and over and over again. There's nothing really there that you need to be. It's for Florida. It's got some pretty good, decent dirt.
Oh
There's
yeah.
nothing really you need to worry about. So just keep doing it over and over again. There's nothing there you should be really scared of. But Run Bike Mike is now asking, what bikes do you have, and what is your favorite one to ride?
Oh. So I have my all mountain bike, which is a Scott Genius 940. It's a 2018. I've upgraded it quite a few times. So that's my pick of all that I have right now. I've got an e-bike. A lot of people make fun of me about, but I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know. Yes, e-bikes are fun, but I use it for work purposes. A lot of people always go, "Oh, Dave showed it with his e-bike," but it's there for me to scout trails. Because let me tell you, I am not in XC form anymore. I'm more like double XC form. So when I go out and ride, I want to use because I show up to these trails to go scout, and I'll have like these Cat 1 / pros showing up to show me their local trail, and I can't keep up. So e-bikes
is that XXC instead of extra large or XXC?
Yeah, XC, double XC for me.
Double XC.
So
I wear a double XC.
double XC. Yeah, but so I have a Rocky Mountain altitude e-bike that I use for work purposes when I tape the trail, when we clean up the trail, or if we need to get to someone who went down quick in a trail. It's good to have.
Yeah.
And then I have a fat tire bike, a felt that I use for gravel rides.
And that's the one in your picture too, right?
Yeah, that's the one in my squirrel suit. So it's kind of like just a fun thing to pedal around on. And then I have a BMX bike. I have a kink BMX freestyle bike that I'll go and pedal around the skate park every now and then just to see if I still got my skills. But other than that, that's all I got right now.
That's
so
awesome.
I got 4.
Real quickly, a Run Bike Mike, thank you so much for that super chat, bro. E-bikes. Have you ever ridden them out on the trails?
Have I ever ridden them on the trails?
Yeah. Or is that just you just go to work? Is it an e-bike or is it an EMTB?
I'll believe it. Oh, I'll take it out and have fun. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not going to go out there and bust anybody's Strava times. I'm not about that. So.
Just turn to Strava.
So if you see me out on there and you see me, they'll be like, "Oh man, he's on his e-bike. He broke my KOM."
Yeah. I got my first KOM last week. First KOM. My wife bought me a cookie cake and I got donuts and coffee, and I didn't get anything. My wife's like, "Hey, high five, good job." That was it. It was a road KOM, so it doesn't really fully count to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was fun. It was great, but whatever. How many KOMs do you have? Do you have?
I had one.
Yeah.
I had one here at our local trail, and I think I might be on top or tied with it right now. It's just one little segment, not the full trail. It happens to be a downhill section. I'm not going to tell anybody where it's at because I don't want anybody to
I'm not telling anybody. I took the picture of the Strava of the KOM, and you got the name of it up here. I went right below that, and I'm like, I got my first KOM. He was like, "Where's it at?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you."
Not telling you.
I told my buddy because I know I told my buddy on it because I had been telling him I've been trying to beat the KOM, and I finally told him, but he'll probably go and beat it, but it's okay. I have it for a little bit. I have the crown for just a little bit.
Oh, the thing is that was heartbreaking to me is that the local riders here who are like really good, strong riders. I mean, I'm not tooting my horn. I mean, I still am flabbergasted that no one's beat it, but it's like they purposely were going to beat it because no one could believe that Dave Moore, Squirrelly Dave, had a KOM. So they had it. I'm like, well, come on, guys, get some credit here.
You're just an XXC. It's okay.
Yeah. He's an XXC. There's no way he could be that fast.
That's hilarious. There's no way. There's no
Hey,
way.
weight goes faster downhill. I can tell you that.
Yeah. So this squirrel suit,
Yeah.
do you ever wear it, or is it just for that picture?
Well, actually,
You
I
still
need a
do?
new suit.
You need a new suit?
That suit,
The
it's
nuts.
been through some times. I still have it.
Yeah.
People still request that I wear it. I used to wear it and chase people down on the trail and heckle them during races. Yeah. So I would at first, like everybody go out at first. Once everybody's out on their first lap, I would just follow in the last person and do like a quick 1 lap sweep
Yeah.
and heckle whoever's in front of me, just to just make it fun, and the kids love it. Like I said, especially when we have our races for our 3 to 9-year-olds, they get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I'll just show up to a party sometime, or just up to a casual group ride. Who knows? I mean,
Well, George Atkins, you might know him.
oh yeah, I know
He's
George.
He's acting like he says you're gonna wear it to Man Night. I don't know what Man Night is, but
George, I will, buddy. I'll come this week with it. Oh,
That's
I'll be out
hilarious.
this week, but next week.
Now, how does your family feel? Does your family go riding with you?
Yes and no. My wife is the wizard behind the curtains of Go Nuts Biking. She does a lot of our advertising and stuff, but she doesn't get to do much riding.
Yeah.
But she does. We like to go every now and then on nice little easy rides with her. And then my youngest son, he likes to ride a lot.
Yeah.
He's getting into it. So they don't have their own bikes yet. They like to borrow mine. So, but yeah, I mean, whatever gets them out on the trail.
Do they when someone passes by and they're like, "Oh, Squirrely Dave," do they feel awkward? They're calling their husband and father a squirrel.
Oh no, don't worse. My wife calls me worse than Squirrely Dave. So I mean, it's a truth.
Don't oral ours. That's just something happens. I don't know what I would do if my wife called me a squirrel. Numb nuts, maybe. I don't know, but.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. That's totally cool. So, where do you see the future of Go Nuts? You see it?
Well, we have a lot of big plans coming up. So we're going to be broaden our series to other areas. Right now, we this year, I mean, due to the whole COVID-19 outbreak, we were going to have a spring, summer, and fall series, and our summer series got canceled, which was going to be our first time in the Mid-Atlantic, Maryland and Virginia area.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So we're hoping to return back there next year. So we'll be back up in that area next year. And then also we're working on a couple other things. Thinking about starting up another series. That's a secret.
Ooh,
and hopefully
secret.
we'll get us. It's a secret. So it's a big series that I think everybody's really going to like. So stay tuned for that information. But we'll still continue on doing our XC races, but just like I said, we're going to try to offer more races in different other regions.
Awesome.
So we're just going to be a traveling carnival mountain biking crew every week to show up to a trail near you.
That's awesome. So you're going to branch out a lot wider than you are right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. So is this what you like? Is this your profession? This is what you do for a living now?
Yeah, well, 2020 was the first year that I finally pushed in on my chips and decided to go full time and go nuts. And it's been okay. I mean, with everything that's been going on, we've been able to get through it, and it's been fine. But I knew going into it, this is a full time job. Anybody that's ever wanted to, do a race series or whatever, it takes a lot of work. And I've always told them, and that's when we only had one little series, mm-hmm. and people wanted, series in the fall, in the summer, blah blah blah, and we just didn't have the time or obviously the time to do it with our full time jobs. So my wife still works full time, and but she gave me permission to pursue this, and it's been a full-time job. It's not, everybody goes, "Oh, you get to go ride your bike all the time." No, I wish I did get to go ride my bike all the time, but it's fun though. I mean, I really enjoy it. I do get to go visit trails that I've never seen before, getting to meet people I've never met before, obviously, and just getting to ride with a whole variety of different folks from all over the place. So it's been really fun.
That's awesome.
And then to be able to bring our races there to show everybody a good time is even the cherry on top.
That's totally cool. It really is a bro and brodette family time. I enjoyed it. It was legit. My XC race,
yeah.
I did not really enjoy it. Maybe it was because felt like I was dying, but no, it couldn't be that, because I felt like I was dying climbing up the hill to the top, first stage and the last stage. It was awesome still, though. Now your dog in the background is cracking me up, bro. She keeps.
Oh, what's he doing?
He keeps going back and forth, heading back there, and then comes back and hangs out a little bit, and all of a sudden I see him go back again, stands there, and then comes
They
back.
are terrified of thunder and lightning. So anything that like vibrates or lights up, I mean, they are just they don't know what to do. They're all over the place.
That's awesome. Let's see. Run Bike Mike. Mike's asking, do you only do races around your area, or do you go to other states? Yeah, you had talked about that for a second there. If you want to refresh that.
Well, we are currently in Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, Maryland, and Virginia. Okay. We are looking to do future races in Florida, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, and hopefully maybe around Kentucky, and some more races up in Tennessee as well.
Yeah.
But basically, we're trying to get as many races as we can in the Southeast, and we're open. If you have trails you want us to come visit, I mean, we'll totally come down or up or wherever to check out your trail systems, because that's the good thing. I mean, what we want to do is we want to cater to your trail and to your locals and bring people to your trails. We want people to say, oh, I never heard of that trail. I'd love to go ride it. We get the popular trails that people ride all the time, but we like those hidden gems.
Yeah.
Those trails that people don't really know about, that we can get people to dogs are going nuts here. Sorry, everybody. Anyway.
This is live, ladies and gentlemen.
You must have heard thunder. They scared me.
Yes. I think we both jumped, dude. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
But yeah, I mean we're in the states I mentioned, and we're trying to broaden out in the missing ones. It's good, guys. It's all good. But yeah, I mean, if you have a trail in your local area, let us know. I mean, we'll definitely, we've had people call as far as Oregon, wanting us to, how can we get a Go Nuts race in Oregon? I'm not ready for Oregon right yet, but yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So.
Well, it's going to be, I'm kind of excited to see you guys really spread out there and really get huge. You say you've been on for 4 years?
Yeah,
okay.
We've been going at a little over 4 years now.
In 4 years, you guys have really, really giant. I mean, I can't find, if I search, enduros around me, Go Nuts is like top search. So that's totally cool.
Awesome.
Will Sanders is asking, what's the coolest trail that you have been out on? So I'm gonna add to that. What's the coolest trail system that you've had a race at, and what's your personal coolest trail?
Ooh, that's a tough one, guys. Oh, man, because this is so funny. We were just talking about this the other day, because every time I go to a new trail, I'm always like, this is the best trail ever,
Yeah, exactly.
But, God, man, oh, shoot. What is my go-to trails? I mean, I'll tell you what kind of trails I really love. I mean, I like downhill stuff. I like fast, flowy, with smooth, gappy jumps and, step ups, all that good stuff. That's my style. I used to be into the whole technical trails and stuff like that, but they're fine. But I'm all about speed, and I don't like to pedal that much anymore. So I guess because it's so new, it's so fresh. I just got back from snowshoe, and I got to ride a lot of snowshoe this past weekend. Not this past weekend, but weekend before. And guys, it was awesome. I wouldn't say right now that's probably my favorite downhill course, and I know there's many more out there. But far as like XC and stuff, right now, like my favorite XC course, I'm gonna have to say Chihuahua, because it's right around the corner, right down the road from me, and it's got everything I want to ride. It's got a little downhill, it's got some XC, it's got some dirt jumps, it's got everything. So, but other than that,
what's been your favorite race place?
My favorite what race?
Favorite place you've had your Go Nuts race?
Oh, my favorite. Man, favorite race course. I'm probably going to have to lean toward Clinton Preserve. Anyone ever know Clinton Preserve? That's in Douglasville, Georgia.
Okay.
And the reason why I like that one is just because it's challenging. It's technical. Mm-hmm. It's got some cool little downhill sections, and it's got everything a mountain bike needs to have, from rocks to roots to down and ups. So creeks and ridges. That's awesome. I like that. That's a nice trail.
That's awesome. Let's see. What difficulty of trails do you usually hold races on? I know Oak Mountain. Never mind. I'm not going to even answer because it's the only one I've done. So what kind of difficulty? I was told Oak Mountain was one of the easier ones. Blind Stuff MTB, Stefano, he was telling me he was at the Oak Mountain race also, and he said that was one of the easier ones.
What was it? I missed it. You broke up there.
Stefano from Blind Stuff MTB. He raced at the Oak Mountain race also.
Yeah.
He said Oak Mountain was one of the easier trails. What difficulty of trails do you think the trails? Do you think they are pretty difficult or what?
Oak Mountain, we were from what I was told, we were the first to ever have an enduro at Oak Mountain. Okay. It was always told that one could be done there.
Yeah.
We rolled the dice and said, let's try it out. Let's check it out. Got with some of the locals to show us some of the higher lines and the technical lines. Blood Rock is one of their tough lines.
Yeah.
They have their thunder and lightning sections are really fast and flowy. I wouldn't say it's one of the most hardest trails. I think it's definitely a go-to race if you're wanting to give enduro a try. But I would not go in it underestimating it, because it is tricky. It is it does have its jumps and drops and roots and rocks and all that good jive. And just like any other trail, it'd take you down quick. But no, I wouldn't underestimate that. Stanley Gap, for instance. Stanley, it's longer, but to me, I thought Stanley Gap was just more straight downhill in certain areas than it was technical. So, but you had to also watch what you were doing there, because it just stays wet up there, and root or rock you hit, and it'll wash you out in a heartbeat. So
I remember watching Kevin crashed like 3 times in the last recording he did of that race.
Which one? Oak Mountain?
No, Stanley Gap.
Stanley Gap. Yeah, he was telling me about that one. So as you know, Kevin does a lot of racing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be visiting TTC, Tennessee Training Center, this November.
Yeah. And
that's going to be a pretty tough trail system for folks. But I wouldn't say tough. I'm going to say, anyone can do it. Just be precautious when doing it. But I just Oak Mountain. I forgot what was the main question. What was the
What difficulty of trails do you usually hold races on? Is that is I asked is that do you think is that one of your easier ones?
I want to put this out there. I mean, that's a pretty good question. But as a motor, I got to look at it in two aspects. I got to look at it as I got to make it challenging enough for experienced riders, but I got to also kind of make it, safe enough for.
You're not going to kill newbies that are coming into it.
I mean, because as you know, enduro is not for the true beginner riders. I mean, you've had to ride your bike pretty good bit to get your handling skills and familiarization with riding all around in an enduro. Because I mean, you're not just going downhill, but you're taking the technical parts of mountain biking that's not in an XC race. So I try to add in some of those technical features and stuff for those experienced pro riders, but then again, I try to have those bead lines for the others to go around them too. So don't ever be afraid to come to a Go Nuts race because I got you covered.
Yes,
because I'm that bead liner.
Yes, although Blood Rock was pretty. I mean, I'm a Florida dude, and we don't get anything like that. The Blood Rock was awesome. The whole race was 0 to nothing, like just get up and go until you hit Blood Rock, and that slowed it. Well, not everybody. That slowed a lot of people down. Those regular people, they were shooting off that stuff like it was nothing, and I have no idea how they did that kind of stuff. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man, some of the videos I seen, I rode down it, but I was not going down the speed that some of those guys were doing.
The day we pre-rode, I went down that 3 times, and the first time I had to start over. Second time, third time I got it, but those guys were going up and over that mound. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. One of the rocks, big rocks. Everybody was going. 99% of the people were going over it and through it. They went completely up and over it and kept their speed going, and I'm like, okay, that's it. That's it. And yet I still didn't do it on race day. So you said, and I want to ask this, waft tart is I keep thinking of waft. You waft it. You're wafting. And he says tart.
You're leaving out
waft fart.
I think you want to say waffle.
I know. Well, he said waft tart, pop tart. I keep thinking of waft. You waft a fart. Okay. You waft that fart. That's terrible. I don't normally have children watching it, but it's okay. So Waft Tart asked, will you be holding XC races in Florida since it's so flat? I kind of want to know, like, there are some. We got Tom Brown over in Tallahassee. Everything else is pretty much flat, XC style. What's your plans?
Currently right now, that'll be that's our go-to right now is XC races in Florida, and we've just been getting a high demand of people wanting us to come down that way. So we're looking to go down around. I'm having a brain fart here. But yeah, Tallahassee's one, and then down in Ocala, hitting what is it? Santos.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Santos would be pretty XC. Tom Brown has got some decent. I mean, for Florida, has got some.
That's pretty fun. Yeah, I did a ride with those guys about a year and a half ago. They wanted us to come down, and we wasn't ready to actually get that far south just yet. But now, I mean, the demand, they're wanting it so bad, and I get it. We get a lot of Florida riders that come up to ride, and we want to host you guys, so we want to come down there. So we want to bring Go Nuts to you. So all you folks down in the Florida area, shoot us your trails. I mean, I'm all about coming down and staying with you and eating your dinner and riding your trails. So
eating our dinner. Well, come and stay with me. We got Graham Swamp. That keeps coming to my head, and they have a race called the Graham Swamp 360, and you do. I don't remember. It's 3 hours long. What's 360 minutes? I don't remember how long that is, but is that 3 hours? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it?
360 minutes.
It's 360 minutes long, and you try to do how many laps you can do. It's like a little
Oh
over
yeah.
7 miles, but it's ups and downs and roots and rocks, and it's probably one of the most downhillish, XC, enduro-y trails in North Florida area. But that would be a pretty cool XC race if you could do that. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it's bad enough that people have died there, if that means anything.
Oh,
So
what?
yeah. There's some sections that there's part you go straight down pretty much, and people for some reason have launched off that and landed in the flat, and it's a good
Wow.
20 feet. So
And where's that again? Exactly.
it's in Palm Coast.
When we going? Road trip.
Yeah, bro, come on down. I mean, even it kicks everybody's butt. Everybody who rides it is exhausted afterwards. Now, a lot of people ride it in multiple laps. A buddy of mine can rate. I think he can do 6 laps, race time. So, but it's a beast. Palm Coast, look it up. It's a hard one, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Palm Coast.
Palm Coast.
I'm jotting her down now.
That's about 45 minutes from where I'm at here in St. Augustine. So
Okay.
it's a decent one. So
I like it. I like it a lot.
you like it a lot. It's a good
I like
challenge.
it a lot.
Have you done any XC races? Like
Oh
personally
yeah, yeah.
yourself?
I mean, that's what got me into it. So
Yeah.
that I was I raced years ago. I mean, during my BMX days, I was dabbling in mountain biking. A friend of mine got me into mountain biking in like mid '90s when it was still fresh and new.
Yeah.
And I just couldn't get my head around it because I was so involved with BMX. But then around 2005 through about 2008, I started racing some races. I was doing some going riding races, the Cirque Series.
Yeah.
I wasn't fast. I was just doing it I was forcing myself to get in shape. So that's what I was doing, and I was getting better as I was doing it. And like I said before, we were just chasing all these races all over the place, and we were just, getting burned out, going 6 hours every weekend to a race. So that's when Go Nuts was born. But yeah,
That's
I
awesome.
started something to give everyone else, but it took me out of it. But I still love to go race when I can. When I show up now, I know I'm not probably going to podium. I'm just showing up to, cut up and
It's fun.
have fun.
That's
what I want people to do to my races. Just come, cut up, and have fun.
Yeah. You don't need to be serious about something. I'm not going to get paid. I know I'm probably not going to podium, but I'm blessed. I knew I wasn't going to podium then, dude. Heck no, I was not going to podium. I think I got.
You had a pretty big field too, didn't you? In your age bracket.
Yeah, it was pretty huge. I got 3rd from last, but I didn't get last.
Oh.
So
there was only 4 then, right?
No, there was. I don't know. There was. What was there? 40 something in my race group. 30.
Yeah, I think
30
there was,
to 40. It was big enough that you guys split. We were 20 to 40 or 20 to 20 to 40, and you split it because there were so many.
Right. Yep.
That was awesome. Let's see. Someone else is now the Shed is now asking again about. Sorry if it was asked already, but Squirrelly, how stoked were you to have a sweet crash montage on Seth's channel? If anybody knows,
That's what I want to be known for. The guy who wrecked on all the features.
Aren't you the dude who wrecked on Seth Bike Hack's video? Yes, I am. Take it proudly, Dave. Take it proudly.
Yeah, the question was asked earlier, and believe me, I'm lucky I was able to walk away that day.
Jeez, man.
Next morning felt a lot worse than the crashes themselves.
Well, you're not the only one. Everybody. Heck, Seth has even wrecked pretty decent. Did you do what's the big arch one, the A-frame thing?
Or the mainframe?
Mainframe. Did you do that? I've forgotten.
Yeah, that was the one where my bar. I don't know if you watched the video, but
I
my
did.
bars.
It's been a while. Yeah.
And I went over, and then
Yes.
stupid me
Yes.
tightened the wrong bolt and did the exact same wreck again. I think I was just asking to die that day.
That's
I don't know.
awesome. Hey, you still did it, and just like Mike said, you had the balls to try it, so that's totally awesome. Yeah, you had the courage to get back up and do it again. That's totally cool. Well, it has been an hour. This is Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. I could talk to you for another couple hours, man.
For sure,
bro. I appreciate you so much for coming on, and everybody, like I said, his link, Squirrely Dave's link, is down in the description below. I'll post up also Go Nuts Bike Racing website. What is I like to end my pedal power hours with what is your saying? Do you have a saying at the end of your videos?
I'm just just stay nuts.
Stay nuts.
Yep.
That's
just,
perfect.
Just stay nuts.
That's perfect.
Yep.
That's awesome. Well, like I say every single time, guys, make sure you lift up God, lift up life, lift up the adventure. Get out there and make your own adventures. Go check out Squirrely Dave. I promise you won't regret it. It's totally awesome. Hilarious. Go watch him. Go to a Go Nuts race and watch him. Maybe if he gets a new suit, dress up as a squirrel and chase after you, barking like a squirrel does if you're in last place. So I appreciate it again.
What
Dave,
does a squirrel sound like?
They have the that kind of thing, and then they have they bark at you. I can't
they do bark, especially when you mess with their nuts, man. You don't. They'll bark at you the whole time.
Do that. You don't ever want to do that. That's dangerous. Real quickly, I'm gonna end it right after this, but I went to a college, Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and they were known for their squirrels. I wanted to talk about it. I forgot about it. Their squirrels were so psycho that at the beginning of the school year, in the first day, we had a big auditorium and came together, and they would warn the girls, the ladies, about the squirrels, because the squirrels were so accustomed to people. They would run across people's feet. They would run up people's legs. So girls were warned if they were wearing skirts, they had to watch out for squirrels. So I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. Squirrels coming up and eating out of your hands, running across you, scaring the bejeebus out of you like your dogs did earlier. And it was the most nuttiest thing ever, seeing these squirrels just chase each other and take your homework, and it was awesome. So, but
awesome.
I appreciate it again, man, so much for coming on here. Finish it off by saying Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour 5 times as fast as you can.
Say it again.
Say Jeremy's.
You were breaking up.
I'm sorry, it's the weather. Say Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour 5 times as fast as you can.
Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Jeremy's Pedal Power Hour. Jeremy's Pedal. I can't say it.
You can't do it. You can't do it. I made the perfect name.
Pedal Power Hour.
Do it. That's awesome. I'll see you guys later. God bless.